I think we don't take anything too seriously and just have fun.
Hollywood marriages are like fairy tales, but not all are based on love. Some actors and actresses have gotten married with wealth in mind, choosing financial security over romance. Here are 20 stars who were rumored to have married for money. Hollywood, the tabloids, and the United States were thrown into relentless gossip and speculations when Anna Nicole Smith became famous after marrying billionaire J. Howard Marshall II in 1994. The couple had a 63-year age gap, as Nicole was only 26 when they wed. She was a Texas dancer and became Marshall's third wife. They first met in 1998 when Nicole, whose real name was Vicki Lynn Hogan, worked as a dancer at a club in Houston. After one of her performances, Marshall invited her to lunch and she accepted. He then gave her $1,000. That same day, she quit her job and began dating him. As she might have expected, Marshall died in just 13 months, but Anna Nicole did not receive any money from his estate. She was not mentioned in his will, but insisted that he had promised her half his fortune. Most of his wealth came from a 16% stake in Koch Industries, worth $1,600 billion at the time. Her claim was challenged by Marshall's stepson, E. Pierce Marshall. Surprisingly, Smith teamed up with another of Marshall's sons, J. Howard Marshall III, who had been disinherited after trying to take control of Koch Industries. Like Smith, he also said his father had promised him an inheritance, even though he was left out of the will. Long legal battles ensued, and Nicole, who demanded over $1 billion despite not being mentioned in his will, showed the marriage was just for money. Before Donald Trump became president, he had already been married 3 times. As a real estate mogul and former reality television star, his relationships with his wives made headlines long before he ventured into politics. His first marriage to Ivana was widely admired, but their relationship ended in a highly publicized and bitter divorce in 1990. This followed Trump's infamous affair with Marla Maples, who later became his second wife. Maples first met Trump in 1995 at a tennis match when she was 21. At the time, she was a homecoming queen from Georgia's Bible Belt who had just moved to New York City. After a few years of friendship, she and Trump began a secret relationship while he was still married to Ivana. Eventually, Trump and Maples married in 1993 in the Grand Ballroom of Trump's Plaza Hotel. Over 1,000 guests, including Howard Stern and O.J. Simpson, attended the ceremony. Their wedding occurred 2 months after Maples gave birth to their daughter, Tiffany. Although the wedding was grand, Trump faced financial difficulties at the time. He had recently agreed to a $14 million divorce settlement with Ivana. Unfortunately, his marriage to Maples lasted only 3 years before they separated. Their divorce was finalized in 1999 after a 2-year court battle over a prenuptial agreement. According to the New York Post, Maples argued that she had not been given enough time to review the prenup before signing it. Documents later leaked and published by Vanity Fair revealed that she ultimately received $1 million in cash and another $1 million for a property. Maples fought hard to destabilize Trump's first marriage because of Trump's wealth. However, having paid $14 million as a settlement to his first wife, he was smart enough to have Maples under control. Crystal Hefner spoke openly about her relationship with Hugh Hefner and her life at the Playboy Mansion. She first met Hugh at a Halloween party in 2008, and they married 4 years later on New Year's Eve. Their marriage lasted nearly 5 years and ended when Hugh passed away in September 2017. During an interview on Huffington Post Live, Crystal was asked why she chose to marry the 86-year-old. She answered that she did it for more security. While the Playboy Mansion was known as a place of extravagant parties and wild lifestyles, Crystal, who was only 21 when she moved in, found life quite restrictive. She had a strict curfew of 6 p.m. The pantry staff would start frantically calling my phone at exactly 1 minute past 6 p.m. She wrote in her book, Only Say Good Things, Surviving Playboy and Finding Myself. And then I would run in, pushing through the heavy wooden door and go find Hef so I could kiss him on the cheek and show him, here I am, I'm home. I've followed the rules. Privacy was also hard to come by. Hef, of course, held the master key that ensured no one could ever lock him out, she recalled. However, despite the restrictions she faced, Crystal benefited financially from their marriage. Since they were still married when Hugh passed away, she reportedly received $7 million in cash and a $5 million Hollywood Hills home, which was placed in a trust for her.
He's rich and famous, but he's a bully, and
Gibson and Grigorieva first became known as a couple after Gibson's wife of nearly 30 years, Robin, filed for divorce in 2019. Grigorieva truly loved Mel, a friend told People, adding that she even converted to Catholicism for him until she saw who he really was and what he was capable of. In January 2010, an argument between them escalated. Grigorieva accused Gibson of hitting both her and their daughter and claimed he had verbally attacked her in multiple phone calls. Some of those calls were later leaked online. Gibson admitted to journalist Allison Hope Weiner that he regretted what he said, explaining that he was angry with himself. The situation led to a custody battle. As part of their 2011 custody agreement, Grigorieva was required to remain silent about the allegations if she wanted to receive the full settlement. However, in 2013, she appeared on The Howard Stern Show and spoke about the situation, violating the agreement. She was originally set to receive a $750,000 settlement in 3 payments and child support. At the time of her interview, Gibson had already paid her $250,000. Because of her public comments, he was no longer required to pay the remaining balance. Though Gibson was equally at fault, it turned out that the marriage was because of Gibson's wealth. Just 10 weeks after their extravagant, televised wedding, and less than a month after the wedding special aired, reality star Kim Kardashian ended her marriage to NBA player Kris Humphries. The Keeping Up with the Kardashians star filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. "I hope everyone understands this was not an easy decision," she said. "I had hoped this marriage was forever, but sometimes things don't work out as planned." The divorce filing in Los Angeles County Superior Court included little information, except that the couple had a prenuptial agreement determining how their assets were divided. Kardashian requested both parties cover their legal fees and asked the judge to deny Humphries any spousal support. The engagement ring Humphries gave Kardashian was estimated to be worth around $2 million, but it was later sold at auction for a much lower price. Elvis Presley was 24 when he met Priscilla Beaulieu, who was just 14, in 1959. Their age gap was not an issue for Elvis, who believed he could shape Priscilla into his perfect woman. At first, Priscilla followed his guidance, but as she got older, she wanted more control over her own life. Their relationship could not withstand this change, and after 6 years of marriage, they divorced in 1979. Following the divorce, Priscilla received a cash payment of $725,000, child support, spousal support, half of the money from selling their Beverly Hills home, and 5% of the royalties from Elvis's publishing companies. With these earnings, she has a net worth of over $50 million today. Janet Jackson reportedly received a large financial settlement from her marriage to Qatari billionaire Wissam Al-Mana, estimated at around $200 million. The couple married in 2012 and ended their relationship in 2017, 5 years after their wedding. The prenuptial agreement played an important role in how much Jackson received. According to the agreement, she was entitled to a large sum if the marriage lasted at least 5 years. Their separation happened shortly after their 5th anniversary, guaranteeing her the payout. Jackson and Al-Mana kept their relationship private and welcomed their son, Isa, at 2017. Despite their efforts to stay out of the public eye, their split and the financial settlement drew much attention. Nicolas Cage's wedding to girlfriend Erika was one of the shortest marriages in history. 4 days after tying the knot in Las Vegas, the actor rushed to have it annulled. However, he was only able to get a divorce 3 months later. The ghostwriter star claimed he was too drunk to understand what he was doing when he married Koik and had no idea she was involved with someone else. Things only got messier. Cage insisted on an annulment rather than a divorce because he believed the marriage was invalid. He argued that Koik had not been honest about her relationship with another person, her criminal record, or even her career. She called herself a makeup artist, but her only IMDb credit was for 2012 short films. Koik fought back, demanding a divorce and spousal support. Legal analyst Stephen Mindel told Fox News that Cage would struggle to get the annulment without giving Koik something in return. He predicted that Cage would have to pay a large sum to settle the matter. In the end, the judge ruled in Koik's favor, but the terms of the divorce and support were not made public. Can we say that Koik took advantage of Nicoloas and it worked for her? Paul McCartney met Heather Mills, a model and activist for amputees, at a charity event in 1999. Mills had lost her leg after being hit by a police motorcycle in 1993. They started dating the following year, and McCartney married her in 2002. Their relationship attracted much media attention because McCartney was 26 years older than Mills, and she was often accused of exaggerating details about her life to seek publicity. McCartney wrote the songs Heather, Too Much Rain, and See Your Sunshine about Mills. The couple had a daughter, Beatrice, who has stayed out of the public eye. The marriage ended in 2006, and they were officially divorced in 2008. The press covered the split widely, with many fans suspecting Mills was after McCartney's fortune. People were shocked to learn that the couple never had a prenuptial agreement. The divorce became even more chaotic when Mills insulted McCartney's daughter Stella and poured water over his lawyer's head. Although Mills originally asked for more, she left the marriage with a $50 million settlement. Russell Simmons, co-founder of Def Jam Records, first met Kimora Lee while she was modeling at New York Fashion Week in 1992. At the time, Simmons was 35, while Lee was only 17 and still in high school. Despite the age gap, they soon started dating. In 2020, Simmons stated that they did not begin their relationship until Lee turned 18 and had her mother's approval. The couple married in a civil ceremony in Manhattan on December 15, 1998. Later that month, they had another ceremony on the Caribbean island of St. Bartholomew. This second ceremony was non-denominational and was officiated by Simmons' younger brother, Joseph Simmons, also known as Run from the rap group Run DMC. Unfortunately, the couple announced their separation in 2006. Simmons explained that they had already been apart for some time, but would continue to co-parent and remain close friends with respect for each other. 2 years later, in March 2008, Lee officially filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. A Los Angeles judge later approved an agreement requiring Simmons to pay $40,000 monthly in child support. Kimora was granted sole custody of their 2 daughters. The divorce was finalized in January 2009. Melanie Griffith received $65,000 per month in maintenance from Antonio Banderas. According to 30 Mile Zone, the working girl actress was also given their house in Aspen. Their home in Los Angeles was sold, and they split the proceeds. Melanie kept a Picasso painting titled The Painter and His Model, while Antonio received 2 pencil drawings, one by Picasso and another by Diego Rivera. The former Hollywood power couple married in 1996, but kept their finances separate until 2004, when they signed a post-nuptial agreement. Their earnings were divided between 2004 and 2014 from films such as Shrek 2, Puss in Boots, Machete Kills, and Expendables 3. A year after announcing their split, Melanie and Antonio signed divorce papers. It is speculated that money motivated their divorce. Though a bit distant from Hollywood, this is one of the most talked about divorces allegedly motivated by money. Amazon founder Jeff Bezos and his wife MacKenzie shocked both the business world and the public when they ended their 25-year marriage. The billionaire couple, who had 4 children, finalized their divorce in July 2019, securing MacKenzie a place on the Bloomberg Billionaires Index. She became approximately $19.7 billion richer when she received a 4% stake in Amazon.com shares. She also joined the ranks of the world's wealthiest philanthropists by pledging to donate half her fortune to charity through the Giving Pledge before the settlement was completed. However, does this mean all marriages are for money? The next couple reflects the answer. Catherine Zeta-Jones and Michael Douglas had one of Hollywood's most well-known marriages. Still, their relationship had long been questioned due to their 25-year age gap and Douglas's substantial wealth. Before getting married in 2000, the couple signed a prenuptial agreement that reportedly ensured Zeta-Jones would receive $2.8 million for each year of marriage if they divorced. She could have walked away with at least $56 million if they had separated after 20 years, not including additional settlements or property divisions. Some reports suggested that the prenup included a fidelity clause, which meant Douglas would have owed Zeta-Jones an even larger payout if he had been caught cheating. Given Douglas's past controversies and reputation, this condition particularly interested the public. Michael Douglas, an Oscar-winning actor and producer, has an estimated net worth of $350 million. The son of legendary actor Kirk Douglas, his long Hollywood career and family wealth made a financial agreement necessary before marriage. In 2013, the couple briefly separated while Douglas battled throat cancer and Zeta-Jones struggled with bipolar disorder. Many speculated that divorce was inevitable, but they reconciled and remained together. Despite ongoing speculation, their marriage endured, showing that while money had been a factor, there may have been more than just financial security keeping them together. Britney Spears and Kevin Federline's romance, chaotic marriage, and messy divorce were headline news in the early 2000s. While their relationship initially seemed like a fairy tale, many speculated that Federline, an aspiring rapper and backup dancer, married Spears for financial security. Britney met Kevin in 2004 when she was one of the biggest pop stars in the world. At the time, Federline was relatively unknown, except for his work as a backup dancer for artists like Justin Timberlake and Pink. Their relationship moved quickly, and within 3 months they were engaged. A key issue was that Federline's ex-girlfriend, actress Shar Jackson, was pregnant with his second child when he started dating Britney. Despite this, they married in September 2004. At first, Britney wanted a fairy tale wedding without a prenuptial agreement, but her family and management strongly advised against it. At that time, she was worth an estimated $100 million, while Federline had little to his name. Eventually, they signed a prenup, which ensured that Federline would not have direct access to Britney's fortune if they divorced. However, this didn't stop him from benefiting financially in other ways. After having 2 sons, their marriage started to fall apart. Britney filed for divorce in November 2006, citing irreconcilable differences. While the prenup limited Federline's access to Britney's main fortune, he still walked away with a one-time settlement of $1,300 million, $20,000 per month in spousal support for several years, and equal custody of their children, which gave him leverage for child support payments. One of Federline's most consistent sources of income has been child support from Spears. While no one can say for sure, Federline's financial dependence on Spears over the years led many to believe he married her with financial motives. His limited career success and millions earned through child support and settlements suggested that his marriage to Spears was one of his life's most financially successful moves, whether intentional or not. Larry King, the legendary television host, and Shawn Southwick, a former singer, actress, and television host, were married for over 2 decades. However, their marriage ended in fierce divorce and legal battles, especially over King's $144 million estates. King and Southwick had an obvious 26-year age gap, with King in his early 70s when they married in 1977. At the time, King was already a popular figure in broadcasting, famous for his iconic talk show Larry King Live on CNN, which aired for over 25 years. Southwick, a former singer and actress, wasn't as widely recognized or financially successful as King. Her career in television and music had some recognition, but didn't reach the same level of fame as King's. In 2010, the couple faced a divorce when Southwick filed for separation. Their marriage was affected by public scandals and accusations of infidelity on both sides. Southwick allegedly discovered King's affairs during their marriage, which led to tension and eventually their legal split. Despite the prenup, King and Southwick went through a long and contentious divorce, with Southwick seeking considerable spousal support. King was also involved in other legal issues, particularly his health problems and disputes with his children, which complicated matters. When King passed away in January 2021, his $144 million estate became a major point of attention. Southwick, as his wife at his death, was expected to inherit part of the estate. However, after King's passing, disputes arose about how his assets would be distributed. Southwick became involved in a legal battle over the control of King's estate, as his children from previous marriages also sought a share. A real estate agent and actress, Brooke Muller married Charlie Sheen, the controversial actor, in 2008. Their marriage gained a lot of attention, largely due to Sheen's substance abuse problems, unpredictable behavior, and legal issues. The couple had twin sons, Max and Bob, born in 2009. Unfortunately, Muller and Sheen's marriage ended in 2011 after years of legal battles and personal struggles. Their divorce was full of disputes, but Muller was awarded a significant settlement. Sheen agreed to pay her $55 per month in child support and gave her an initial lump sum as part of their divorce agreement. Along with the child support, Muller was given some of the couple's shared assets and had a set visitation schedule for their children. Even though Sheen faced financial difficulties and public scandals, the ongoing child support payments supported Muller's financial situation, who also had her own struggles with substance abuse and legal issues. Everyone knows Eddie Murphy from the movie Coming to America. He and Nicole Mitchell, a model and actress, were married for 12 years before they divorced in 2006. The couple had 5 children together, and their split resulted in one of Hollywood's most costly divorce settlements. Nicole Mitchell received a $15 million divorce settlement, which led to speculation that financial security may have influenced their marriage. While their relationship seemed sincere, the size of the settlement invited speculations. After the divorce, Nicole Mitchell maintained an extravagant lifestyle, spending money on luxury fashion and real estate investments. She was briefly involved with popular figures, including former NFL player Michael Strahan. Meanwhile, Eddie Murphy continued to advance his career, and his fortune remained largely unaffected by the settlement. Although there was speculation, Nicole Mitchell stated that their marriage was based on love. However, the massive payout remained one of Hollywood's most widely discussed divorce settlements. No one will believe the marriage was not because of money. Liza Minnelli and music producer David Guest had a famous but short marriage that lasted only 16 months after their extravagant wedding in 2002. Their relationship quickly fell apart, leading to public arguments, lawsuits, and financial disputes. After they separated in 2023, Guest sued Minnelli for $10 million, with claims of physical torment during their marriage that resulted in prolonged health problems. He also accused her of being violent and drinking excessively, demanding compensation for emotional and physical harm. On the other hand, Minnelli denied his accusations and filed a countersuit, arguing that Guest had mishandled her finances. Their legal battle continued for years, with destructive accusations against each other. Although the lawsuits were eventually settled privately, their divorce became one of Hollywood's most bitter and complicated legal fights, leading many to wonder if money had been a factor in their marriage from the beginning.
Still, the one and only Liza.
Salma Hayek, a popular actress, married François-Henri Pinault, a French billionaire and chief executive officer of Kering, in 2009. Pinault, whose fortune was over $40 billion, controlled luxury brands like Gucci, Balenciaga, and Saint Laurent. Hayek always said their marriage was about love, not money, but some questioned whether financial security played a part. Since Pinault had immense wealth and power, there was speculation that the relationship gave Hayek a life of luxury and influence. Hayek strongly denied these claims, saying she loved Pinault for who he was, not because of his fortune. The couple had a daughter, Valentina, and Hayek continued her successful acting career, showing that she had been financially independent long before their marriage. Nevertheless, that was insufficient to clarify the opinion that money was a determining factor. Madonna, the famous pop star, married British filmmaker Guy Ritchie in 2000, bridging Hollywood fame and British aristocratic ties. Their marriage lasted 8 years and resulted in the birth of their son, Rocco Ritchie, as well as the adoption of David Banda. By 2008, they decided to divorce due to irreconcilable differences. Madonna's fortune was over $500 million at the time, while Ritchie had far less wealth. As part of their divorce agreement, Madonna reportedly paid him between $76 million and $92 million, making it one of the most expensive divorces in Hollywood. The settlement included cash, properties, and a large estate in Wiltshire, England, which Ritchie kept after their split. However, he continued his career in filmmaking, directing successful movies like Sherlock Holmes and The Gentleman, while Madonna remained focused on her music and raising their children. Their separation was peaceful, but the financial outcome led many to believe that Ritchie gained greatly from the marriage and possibly married her because of money and fame. Celebrity marriages will always attract attention and defy expectations. However, do you believe it's all about money? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments. Remember to hit the like button and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.